Our speaker is a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English, Cum Laude, and Masters in English as a Second Language from the Benguet State University. She is currently taking up Masters in Religious Studies at the St. Louis University and a certified life coach at Life Coach Philippines. She is a well certified She is as well certified in mental health education and support for life coaches. She is a teacher and presently employed as a customer service representative at SITEL Philippines, a member of the Cornerstone Covenanted Community in Baguio, also a proud full-blooded Igorot from the Kankanaey tribe of Benguet, just like me. She traces her father's roots from Bontoc Mountain Province and are first settlers of Kibungan. They then migrated to Tuding, Itogon, Benguet, and her mother is from Bakun, Benguet. Her family settled in Sablan until present. In her veins circulates the blood of the manbunongs, even if she is also now a Catholic Christian. Thus, she dreams to keep the treasures of these manbunongs, the treasures, the values, the traits, the attitudes, the lifelong learnings that kept the tribe resilient, law abiding, and of good moral character, following the ideals of Inayan. And she aims to inspire generations to come with these values. The author of the book Ated, Understanding Timeless Values Ingrained Within a Fading Kankanaey Tradition. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, our third speaker, Miss Syvel Abance.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction, Coach Chris. Thank you so much. So, I'd like to greet all of you. Of course, the Kankanaey word for that, that's gawis or mayat ay agaw tako amin. And if there are actually Ibaloys out there, we actually say maptang dyan ako. So, nasika to dyan amin. Or in Tagalog, magandang araw po sa ating lahat. In English, of course, great morning to all of us. And in Espanol, as we always use it in the industry, buenos dias. Thank you very much for being with us in here. We welcome you all. Thank you so much for lending us your ears right now. And this, of course, I know that it's a really cold morning here in Baguio City and Benguet. It's actually rainy, but we really appreciate you for being with us, of course, today. This so wonderful day. Thank you very much. Now, with the other authors, they actually talk about with self, and I would like to speak more about as well, better more on self. And I'd like to share with you the following slides in here. Okay. All right. So I would like to share with you the following slides, which can actually share the following ideals that we have as Hankanae. And as Coach Chris said earlier, that is on being with the self. All right. So let me go ahead and share with you the screen. And I hope you're really having a wonderful moment today since you're actually joining us today. All right. And please do bear with me here. Okay. All right. So there is actually this very beautiful question that's actually being shared as always. And since my topic today is all about the authentic self, I would actually want to ask you one question. And this is actually one important thing that I would like to ask you, of course, today. And that is, who are you? So, one question that is actually being placed in here as always is, who are you? So, being a person, if you're going to be asked with this question, who are you? What is your answer? I'm actually asked with this question, with this, and it's really very um, important for me to answer it. Who am I? I'd like to ask it with this, since you're actually watching me right now. Who are you? With this question, I'd like you to answer this stripped of all the titles that you earn, minus all the money in your bank, without the sign of wealth and material things that you have, that you've earned in your life, without, of course, this excellent marks that you earn in school, and of course without these artista looks that you have, of course, that you can actually present. Who are you? Who are you as a person? With this, for me, this is actually a really very difficult question to answer, and I would like to share it further with you. Well, I am a Kankanaey Igorot. And you know already the connotation that actually comes with being a Kankanaey Igorot. So if we say Kankanaey or if we say Igorot, there's actually like a really negative connotation about it, where they would actually think that, oh, okay, meron siyang buntot, meron siyang ganito, meron siyang ganon. So being a Kankanaey is really, um, it's very difficult kasi maraming mga negative connotations. Aside from that is that, I come from a poor family. We're actually a family of 10. My mom is a peddler. So she is the one who's actually, like, if you can see there along the streets of Baguio City, they are the ones who are actually selling vegetables along the streets. And they are actually being sued by these police officers because they are actually blocking the streets. But that is because she just want to, make sure that she's able to earn money for us. So with these being a kankanae, it is actually really very difficult that, since we're actually in a landlocked space where we have, meager or small, resources here in our area or in our place. My father is a farmer. And of course, since we are from the mountains, farming is actually the main source of income. And since my father is farming and my mom is actually selling, that's actually our main source of income. And we are 10 in the family. And you can actually see there in the photos, our house. That's actually our house. This is actually the inside of the house. You can see my mom and my sister, they're cooking inside the house. And we here, this is actually, as you can see, the means of our living. So it would really project how we live as, as a family. And I come from this type of family. I can't even go to the church. Even if I want to go to the church, I cannot attend mass because we don't have money for fare. Um, we actually eat porridge. Well, pinasosyal ko lang po yung porridge. Pero ang Tagalog po noon is lugaw. Why lugaw? So it would actually be more, where all of the family members can actually partake with that meager rice or meager amount of food that we have on our table. We lack these basic needs. In fact, when I was in elementary and high school, I don't actually have jacket, and it's very cold during, in Baguio and Benguet, it's really very cold during the season where, sa school, di ba, since nakastay ka dun sa classroom, it's really very cold and you would really need to have a jacket. Unfortunately, my parents don't have money to buy me one. So even food is lacking, not only food, but even, our basic needs, clothing. there are actually times when we eat unripened banana in exchange of rice because we don't have rice, we don't have a food to eat. So we actually have to go, since we are lucky because we are actually farmers, but of course we don't have, much banana in all different seasons. So even this unripened, young banana plant, we actually have to eat it because we don't have, money to buy food. And there's actually one time as well, and that I could never forget, where we actually have feasted on dead puppies, which was drowned during one stormy day. So, yung mga puppies po namin, namatay sila kasi nga, syempre, it's raining, it's really stormy. And of course, I think the mom or the mother wasn't able to retrieve all of these puppies. So they actually have died. They drowned. And of course, since we don't have food, it's stormy days, we don't have food. So we actually have feasted on these puppies. My mom always leaves, of course, as early in the morning, very early in the morning, as early as 2 a.m., so that she can actually catch, those, people who are actually buying vegetables. She comes home very late as 11 p.m. And we sometimes wait for her because, of course, we don't have food to eat, and we're just, waiting for her to be able to um, give that, to be able to have this food on our table. So we normally wait for her up until 11 p.m. So with that as well, since I am actually the third of among the seven, and of course my brothers and sisters, my two brothers and sisters were actually ahead of me, has to move out of the house because they have to go to the city to study. I have to look after my younger siblings while I tend to my needs as a teenager, as a young girl, and while I actually tend to my studies. And those times I really question God for this. I question Him. And I know that you may have similar experiences as mine, or maybe you have worse experiences than mine. But I hope we are similar in realization that with all of these that actually I've experienced, being poor, being tagged as Igorota, monkey, because you're an Igorota and you have, the tails and everything, and you're an Igorota and you are from the Barbaryo, Tagaliblib Pook. With all of these experiences in life, I was able to understand the meaning of sacrifice, the meaning of deep understanding of other people, how they view life. I was able to understand the meaning of perseverance in order for me to be able to attain a dream that I would like in life. I was able to understand the meaning of courage, that in case there's nothing or no one where you can actually like hold on to, or nothing where you're going to be holding on to, that you have this courage to push, to move on because you know that you have a vision. I learned the value of independence. When no one is there to help, you have to be very independent, be yourself, to stand. And the value of faith, knowing that there's someone up there that is actually helping me and being with me in times of need and in times of difficulties. So I hope you're actually one with a realization here where you are a prophecy fulfilled. That you, me, is not just a mistake. It is not just a chance where being brought to this world in this space and in this situation, it is not just a chance. There's something more than that. Where you being in this situation and experiences in life, you might have, more difficult situation than mine, but with this, it is never a mistake. That I did not just came here in this world that I have to just eat, work, and then eventually die. But there is actually a certain mission that I have to fulfill. there is a certain mission that I have to carry out. I hope you're with me that being a prophecy being fulfilled, that you, me here, has a purpose, since we are a piece of a puzzle that we complete the universe. We have a purpose in life. We have something in us that would actually complete the world. So the universe will never be the same without you or without me here, because we, each and every one of us, create or cause or ripple effect. And of course, the value that we create, you, your value, my value that we create, creates the difference. So we have a mission and we have a purpose as to why we are here. Second, or next with that, is the question, bakit ako? Why me? Me. I am an Igorota. They actually like look down on me. And I would like to share to you this photo. As you can see, hindi po ako lasing dyan. It's just that during this time when this photo is taken, I'm actually working as a customer service representative. So I work like 9 hours at work in SITEL. And then once I go home, I actually have another work that would actually end up until 12 p.m. So that would actually be like the whole rest of time. So I go to work at 11 p.m. Up until the next day, which is going to be like 8 to 9 a.m. Of course, I travel back home, and I will be back home around 9 a.m. or let's say 9:30. And from 9:30 to 12, I actually have to work for more work. And of course, with my assignments, I have to work up until let's say 4. And this time, I was actually only have like an hour of sleep. And I have to wake up because I actually have to meet someone who is going to be like buying my book. And I was able to take that photo because of a certain reflection. And as you can see, I have so many works to do. That is because if I do not run after money, I will run out of it. So it is very important for me to really make sure that my schedules are really out there. So as you can see, my face is, as they say, haggard. So with this face of mine, as you can see, I am a poor, an Igorota lady. As you can see, maraming ang sumpa sa mukha ko. I call it, craters or small volcanoes on my face, because of stress and things like that. But and of course with this picture, as you can see, I'm actually as well an ate. So normally in our perspective, we say an ate. You are a person who um like work for your siblings. You have to help your siblings to go to school and things like that. Being an ate, you're going to be like taking the responsibility of your parents, because of course my mom is like of course helping, but of course our father is already deceased, so she doesn't have like any partner to help her further. I do have my brothers and sisters, my older brothers and sisters, but of course my sister's already married, and of course my brother has her own life already. So with this, why me? Bakit ako? Why should I be carrying a certain mission or purpose? And I'm, poor. I'm an Igorot that's being, bullied by other people. I have so many responsibilities in life. So I don't look like, a Miss Universe where you can actually, say hi, you're so beautiful and everyone is looking at you. So if you can actually share your advocacy and say, hi, this is my advocacy, and you're going to be viewed by many, and many shall actually like, follow you through and help you further with that advocacy. I do not have a high, degree that if I speak, they would say, oh, and they're actually going to be like, shall be in awe, and they would, follow my advocacy or my lead, my mission. and I am just an ordinary lady, the song, ordinary song, I'm just an ordinary lady. I don't have a flashy car where I can actually show to other people. I don't have the signature clothes or bags that will stun my audience and say that, wow, this person is really a precious person where we have to listen to her. So why me? Why me? Should I be carrying a certain, purpose or a mission in life? But I actually find all those answers to this why me question when I actually work with my book. With this book, Ated, Understanding Timeless Values Ingrained Within a Fading Kankanaey Tradition, opened actually my eyes because with this book, I actually have worked for 7 years with the manbunongs. I have to be with them like on a daily basis at most, staying with them and sharing, their visions and their dreams and learning their wisdom, knowing what they think with all those sharing that they have. And I realized one thing. With my question, why me? The answer is because I am chosen. Because you are chosen. Everyone is unique. As they always say, unique. Very different from each other, very different from any other person. No one can ever duplicate me as a person or you as a person. That, as the song says, there is none like you. That no one else can go through life like you did, like I did, or like what I'm doing right now, or like what you are doing right now, whatever situation that you are at. No one can actually handle how you handle the situation, how beautifully crafted your decisions are, how you handle this situation so gracefully that no one has a story that you have. My story may actually be different from yours, and your story is different from mine. There might be similarities on situations, but not the totality of it, and not the beautiful way on how you carried it gracefully. So, no one has the experience or has experienced my story more than your story and live it the way I did or you did. That story or my story molded me as a person up until today of who I am. These values, honesty, trust, integrity, which is taught by this story in my life, created my values, created my visions, created on how I see things. You is actually created as well. Your values created your vision. It created the way how you decide, the way how you look at things. So it created, or these values has created, due to the stories, these values were created and has made you a more excellent, more faithful, more beautiful, more accountable, more organized version of you. So why me means that because we are chosen, that is actually placed in here. We are chosen that we are actually on this space because no one can fulfill this role that we have. And with us, well, you are poor. We are poor. Maybe you are poor or I am poor, of course. So others look down on us or others look down on you because you're poor. Um, Maybe you are not intelligent. You can share with me like you're not that intelligent. As they say, palakol nga lahat ng mga grado, pero pinaghirapan ko yon. I did it my way and I did my best for that. So be proud of it. I am poor, but I'm proud of it. Maybe you are an Igorota or an Igorot from the mountains. Others would say you're actually, from the descendants of the monkeys. You have this type of face and you have this, malalaking mga muscles sa paa and things like that, where hindi ka pwedeng sumali sa mga ganito mga, pageant or things like that. But be proud of it because that quality that you have is never experienced by other people, these things that you have is never like um, lived by other people. So be proud of that story, whatever story that you have, whatever story that you have right now actually created or molded you, and that created actually made you as you right now. So going back to this question, who are you? Who are you? Well, you are you. You are this person who is actually molded by your own story. You are this person who actually has these values because of this story that made you a person. You are you because you are authentically you. It is the you with no lies. A you that is actually crafted because of these experiences that you have in life. You, regardless of your occupation, of your achievements in life, not what others say as you, not, of course, defined by money that you have earned or the riches that you have, your expensive clothes, but it is the you that's created by these experiences, honed by these difficulties in life, and created with love. It is called you as the authentic you. Authentic you, which means it is that person, the you, which is prophesied by the master of life, breathed into with, the breath of life by the Father, by the Master. That Father had originally designed that you was actually crafted by this Father who is the Father of all goodness and perfection. So this is the authentic you that you should be proud of. The authentic you that is filled with values brought about by your own story. So be proud of that story. Be proud of that self. And be proud of that authentic you. I am proud being poor. I am proud coming from this family of 10. I am proud being an Igorota. They would say, yes, of course, that I am, coming from the mountains and have this, but I am proud of my roots because of these roots that I have, I was able to get all these values created. I have these experiences, which I am really going to be proud of for the rest of my life. So for the year 2021, I would, of course, encourage you as well to be proud of yourself, be authentic you. And one step that you can actually do to be proud of your message, to be proud of your background, to be proud of the story that made you the authentic you, is to share that story, to be the message of hope to other people, to we welcome you as well if you would like as well to share that wonderful story to the world by writing a book. And I'd like to end this by welcoming you here. Coach Chris, the one is our book coach, is actually having his wonderful story already given, showing how authentic he is as a person, crafted by all of these experiences in life. He's actually running here a certain program, how to write and publish a book. I would encourage you to be with us in here to join us with only like a meager amount of sacrifice with that, a meager amount of money to share or to give. You're able to share the authentic you, the message that you have, this life story. So I really thank you so much, and I encourage you to be here as our coach would actually be here as well to share this. We encourage you to be to sign up. That's bit.ly/author in 2021. Share your story and be the authentic you, starting this 2021, making it the best year ever. And as we say here, here from the mountains, we say Iyaman, Thank you very much for being or gracing the space. Iyaman.